Now, big focus story. This is a big moment in the 1984 Anti-Sikh riots case. A Delhi court has asked the Central Bureau of Investigation to explain what has it done against Jagdish Tytler, as the evidence has come on record that Tytler allegedly influenced a witness by transferring 5 crore rupees to his sister's account in Canada. This account was first frozen by the government in Canada. Later, the freeze was removed. The money was allegedly transferred through Abhishek Verma, who's presently in jail on other charges. The court has also sought CBI's response over the probe into alleged money laundering charges against Jagdish Tytler, who illegally transferred money out of India. The CBI has been asked to respond by the 26th of June, and I want to bring in H.S. Phulka. He's one man who's been leading a crusade for justice in this case, and H.S. Phulka now joins me. Mr. Phulka, how do you react to what the court said today? Mr. Phulka, can you hear me? I'll try and reestablish that line with H.S. Phulka, who's single-handedly been fighting for justice in this case legally. Now, the CBI on the 25th of March in 2015 had actually filed a closure report in the Jagdish Tytler, and Mr. Phulka was extremely upset about it. Now there are fresh facts that have come to light. Mr. Phulka, evidence of money laundering. Your first reaction to what the court said, sir? I want to bring in Mr. Phulka for the latest in this case. Fresh evidence really puts the CBI in the dock, Mr. Phulka.
That's right. It's really shocking. CBI is mentioning in the closure report that they have this evidence, and then they say that it don't relate to this matter. But they have not done anything at all. So today the court has asked the CBI that to reply now, what have you done? What action have you taken? Now, on 26th June, the court will consider only this, not the main case. That on the basis of this evidence, 2 offences are clearly made out. One is the Hawala, under Money Laundering Act. He sent 5 crore from here to Canada, and the bank has frozen. Evidence is clearly there. The other is sending the witness's son to Canada. That also evidence is clearly there. So now, on 26th, the CBI will inform that what action they have taken. Otherwise, court will hear the arguments on that what action should be taken, what the court should give the direction on that.
And this is a very, very serious offence, Mr. Phulka, that Mr. Tytler is alleged to have committed. Mr. Tytler, the CBI files a closure report against him saying there is no evidence, and yet there is evidence. You say he was allegedly involved in the Pulbangash case where 3 Sikhs were killed, and he's also allegedly buying witnesses, paying 5 crore rupees, and you say there is evidence to this effect.
No, CBI says, not I say. CBI has this evidence is given by the CBI in the closure report. But that's what's more surprising. When the CBI have this evidence with them, then how did they file the closure report?
How is the CBI explaining this, sir? You have been putting the CBI in the dock. How are they explaining filing a closure report? Because even in March 2015, you were extremely upset with the CBI giving a clean chit to Mr. Tytler and also filing a closure report in this case, Mr. Phulka.
Yes, they filed this closure report discreetly, wanted it to be accepted by the court without even serving the complainant. And we got to know because some lawyer happened to be sitting in the court. That is, neither the media knew it nor we knew it. That lawyer came and told me that the Tytler's case is still in the court. That is how we got to know it. And today also CBI has absolutely no explanation that why they have not taken action on the basis of this evidence which is available with them.
Mr. Phulka, you have been fighting a crusade for justice in the 1984 Anti-Sikh riots case. Have you perused this evidence that the CBI has put in its closure report that Mr. Jagdish Tytler actually transferred 5 crore rupees through Hawala to Canada and also got a witness's son a job in Canada?
Yes, this is what the CBI has said. So they have next a statement also in their closure report also they have mentioned that this evidence has come, and then they further say that no, this evidence has come, but Surinder Singh has died. That's it. And today also they have nothing to explain in the court. They simply sought the time.
Okay. Now, what is the nature of evidence that the CBI has, sir?
The CBI has a statement of one witness, Abhishek Verma, who has given the name of the company, this access system through whom the witness Surinder Singh's son was sent to Canada. And then he has informed that 5 crore rupees which was sent from here by Hawala to Canada, that was frozen by the bank. So this is all documentary evidence. So now the CBI can very easily access the records of the embassy.
Yes.
That who sent this fund to America. CBI can very easily access the records of the bank. When the Hawala money was sent to Canada, the bank had frozen it. So it is very easy for them to have access to this documentary evidence.
That's a very, very big point you are making. What is your next strategy in this case, Mr. Pulka? Because this is direct evidence of Jagdish Tytler. But this is Abhishek Verma claiming that money was sent, and he's saying it's been sent at the behest of Jagdish Tytler, sir.
Now, this discloses 2 offences. The 2 separate criminal cases should be registered against him, one for Hawala, the other under section 193 and 195A of IPC for influencing and threatening the witnesses. These should be registered against Jagdish Tytler immediately. I mean, this is what needs to be done. The CBI should have done it long back. But now they need to do it. And if the CBI is there, they should register these 2 cases and come and inform the court on 26 June that we have registered the 2 cases and we are investigating these.
Mr. Pulka, should the CBI not do that, will you move a petition to register a case against Jagdish Tytler for coercing a witness, for buying a witness under section 195 of the Indian Penal Code?
No, that's what the court said today. That the court will hear the arguments on the next stage on this. Because if the CBI do not do it, then the court will hear its arguments on this.
That's a big, big story, Mr. Pulka, that we are tracking here on Headlines today. Stay with me for a moment, sir. I want to bring in my colleague Atir Khan for more on this. Atir, you were present in court. Take us through the details. What transpired in court? The CBI wanted the closure report to be accepted, but there is evidence that came to light of Jagdish Tytler's alleged involvement in trying to coerce and buy witness in this 1984 Anti-Sikh rights case.
Well, the petitioners have a very strong point as far as PMLA case is concerned, because it is based on the documents supplied by the CBI itself. However, the CBI will have its own reasons as to why it did not proceed against Jagdish Tytler. The CBI will also, as we know that PMLA cases are dealt by the Enforcement Directorate and not by the CBI. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what clarification it's going to give on this account as to why it did not proceed. There are several angles. Abhishek Verma has been named, and the CBI has said that there is evidence to the effect that there was money laundering by Jagdish Tytler.
Okay, Mr. Pulka, the role of CBI is also under cloud here. Despite having evidence, despite documenting that evidence, the CBI has filed a closure report. Will you seek a change in the CBI team or court direction or court monitoring of this case very closely in the next hearing, sir?
You see, now this is what the point is, the CBI has been doing it earlier also.
Yes.
Earlier, if you remember, that the last time also the DIG and as well as the Joint Director had filed the charge sheet. But the Director overruled them under the pressure from the Ministry and filed the closure report. But I'm pained to see that the things have not changed, though the government has changed.
Yes.
But that is most painful for me to see this.
Fair point you're making there, Mr. Pulka. We here at India Today will be tracking this story very, very closely. For the moment, Mr. H.S. Pulka, advocate for victims of the 1984 Anti-Sikh riots, and Atir Khan, many thanks for joining me.